It's a disease that destroys memory and other important brain functions. It affects nearly 7 million Americans, and there is no cure. But for those on the Alzheimer's journey, there is hope.
Hi, I'm Ann Fraser.
Ann's hope in all of this was to at least slow or stop any decline in her cognitive ability. Those moments where she'd forget what day it was, an address, or where she was in a conversation. And it's especially important because of what she and her husband do every day, helping people buy and sell real estate.
The last thing you want to do is say, hey, I'm having some cognition problems. Let me help you buy your largest asset.
Ann and her husband Mark work as a team with their clients because when Ann reaches a moment when she forgets what to say,
oh goodness gracious, it's
Garden of Life.
it's like that. It's
Mark picks right up from there.
Mark is really good at reaching under the table, giving me a little cue. If I've messed something up or if I said something, or, you know, he'll fill in and kind of say something for me. That makes it okay.
He picks up where you leave off.
Absolutely. My parents did it all the time.
Anything else you can think of?
There are other times when I'll flip words or I'll flip numbers. I'll flip
Like dyslexia?
almost like dyslexia, yes. There's times when I'm talking and all of a sudden, like, a word will come out of nowhere that has nothing to do with anything that I'm talking about. But when I have a bad couple days, I always wonder, am I going to come back from that?
Right.
Like, am I going to bounce back this time like I always have?
Ann is in the office of Dr. Nancy Russell, who specializes in, as Ann puts it, treating the whole person.
I was pretty sure I had the gene because of my mom, because we did do brain autopsies on my parents.
I see.
And my mom did have Alzheimer's and my dad had vascular dementia.
So you got the 3 gene from your dad and 4 gene from your mother, probably. Right.
This can increase Ann's risk of developing Alzheimer's by 2 to 3 times. In past doctor's appointments, Ann also learned there was something else affecting the way her brain functions.
Do they find some nutritional deficiencies?
Right, and I have a hard time processing or my body absorbing the Bs.
As in B vitamins, which can cause mental impairment.
Over time, I started messing around with my stuff, trying to figure out if I could go off of certain things, and so now I'm kind of down to bare bones, which is why I also want to get tested to see where I am on things.
Sure. That sounds reasonable, I think.
Leading up to this appointment, Ann wanted to be proactive about how she tackled her diagnosis, and she felt Dr. Bredesen's book was a good place to start. Ann used the book to build a game plan for the future. Eat the right food,
We eat a lot of vegetables.
Okay.
get enough rest,
How many hours a night do you think you get on average?
Between 7 and 8.
reduce stress,
Good day, 0 to 10. What would your stress level be?
4 or 5.
Okay.
and get regular exercise.
Right, 5 to 6 days a week. I'm very good at going to the gym and working really hard.
While Ann is using the book as a guideline, the book's title, The End of Alzheimer's, and its philosophy has drawn critics. The Alzheimer's Society of Canada says there have been no programs, medications, or lifestyle changes that have been proven to reverse Alzheimer's disease. The Alzheimer's Association says it cannot recommend Bredesen's program to anyone. Dr. Bredesen stands behind his research, which dates back to 1989. Yet critics say many of his claims are unproven, accusing him of steering people away from long-established scientific evidence and that he is, as one report put it, tapping into the desperation that's grown out of the failure of a decades-long scientific quest for effective Alzheimer's drugs.
What I always tell the patients is there are dozens and dozens of holes in the roof that are all contributing to Alzheimer's. A drug is a superb patch for one hole, but it doesn't get the other ones. Maybe someday a drug will come along that can do 50 different things and patch all those holes, but there's nothing even close yet.
When I can stay on my plan and be really good, we've been able to keep everything really, I mean, I've been able to come back to 100% cognition, which has been great. So that's kind of my biggest thing, is having some checks of where am I on things, where I am with my gut, brain, all of it.
To see where Ann stands, Dr. Russell is running a cognitive impairment test called the MoCA test.
Okay. I'm going to read you a list of words and I want you to repeat them back to me. And we're going to do that twice, and then I'm going to ask you a little bit later to see how many you remember. Okay.
Face,
Velvet,
church,
daisy.
red,
This is about things that are similar. Banana and orange, what category would you put that in?
fruit,
And train and bicycle.
ways to get around,
Watch and ruler.
measuring.
We're getting to the easier ones.
Today is Tuesday,
You know what city we're in here?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Now, remember those 5 words that we talked about earlier.
Okay,
Okay, let's see how many of those you can remember.
okay. Red, velvet, daisy, church, face.
You got it.
That's it. Okay,
Really
okay.
fast. Really fast. That was great. Okay, I think you have a perfect score here.
At this point, we want to come back to something that we have said before, yet it is worth repeating. There is still no cure for Alzheimer's, yet the work to find that cure continues in laboratories like this one here at the Stowers Institute in Kansas City, where researchers are working 24/7 to find those answers, to find something that will at least slow the progression of Alzheimer's and maybe even someday stop it altogether. But nobody knows when those days will come. And until then, the work continues in laboratories all over the world. And as you're about to see, right here in Kansas City.
We will be making a big difference.
Ahead on this KMBC9 Chronicle, we'll take you inside 2 local laboratories right here in Kansas City on the work being done and why one researcher says
We'll get there.
the answers everyone wants will be found.